This unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Osborne. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Got the completion, but it certainly wasn't on his time frame. Hurried on that play.
Absolutely. The pressure affected him. Unable to get it further downfield. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he is going to have the Lions first down on a well-designed play there. That gets him 16 to move the chains. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
1st and goal at the 1. Williams is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And, Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
ETN up the middle. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd and goal, Cousins. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Travis Kelce with career touchdown number 70. And the Lions are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Cousins. He'll get that underneath ETN. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield at man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
4th down, Cousins. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be marked out at about the 26-yard line.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver, because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
And no hesitations. They go right back to Kelsey. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. Travis Kelsey with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll go again with ETN. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. And taken right on the 30. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And Charles, are very uninspired. So we are in the final minute now of the 1st half as this offense gets ready to take over. First down. Here's Cousins. He's got it to Williams. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Osborne. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Holding offense.
So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
Here's Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Cousins now to throw on first down. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Cousins to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Here's a give to Etienne. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 3rd and 7. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
Cousins throw there, complete to Hamler. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Travis Etienne. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions take a 3-touchdown lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Open man. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
A handoff for Etienne. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 93 yards now for ETN, and he's got a first down.
Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And in for the Lions touchdown.
Jamison Williams
is a 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain.
Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues.
ETN with it.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got some space here.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This offense, #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and the run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And they'll run here with ETN.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Alex Singleton, a former Canadian League star, in on the stop. On 2nd down, ETN once more.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense,
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we've got the incomparable Travis Kelce. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Lions and the Vikings. And it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 23.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. First play and a first pass for Cousins. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
One of the selling points of the in route is against a quarterback, a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Cousins now. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. Chigakakro, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. The Lions at 11-1 now on the year. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Caught, Kelce.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a first down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say it pumped the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them, and really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big time. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 15.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Slant route, that's complete to Travis Kelce. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. 15 carries, 103 yards, and a touchdown.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
On second down, Etienne once more. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Etienne once more. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Cousins. Had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
And a lot of times coming in with good pace. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. And his kick is absolutely perfect, and that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Cousins on first down. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. They go play action. Cousins. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. A first down throw for Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Vikings will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, Cousins. Finds his man. It's Kelsey on the crossing route here. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Play action now. Cousins. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Chris Watkins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave them...
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And with a 17-3 cushion already, we'll see how aggressive they want to be.
To throw, Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points.
Momentum of the game.
So the offense set to take the field here. They will have the football with less than a minute to go in the first half.
Yeah, they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
So with a yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Kyler Gordon in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. To try again after the sack. Cousins. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Cousins. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Levi Onwuzurike charging in and finishing off the sack. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They get 25 yards out of that one, and it'll be first down Lions.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Etienne. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Finding Kelsey once again. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Now a first and 10 at the 11. Cousins. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So the Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.